It has memory. It has this body that will take you places. I feel warm. I feel comforting. I feel peace. I feel at home.
Carla is a very caring person. She cares about people very, very deeply, and she cares about her culture and cares about keeping it alive and cares about teaching it and sharing it with people.
Chocolate is a food and a drink.
I think the ultimate goal is sharing a delicious cacao, knowing where it comes from, supporting the people that grow it in an ethical way that work with the land.
In Central America, cacao manifested as the food of the people. And that there tells you a lot about how people live. My name is Carla McNeil, and I'm the founder of Cru Chocolate.
I'm Eddie Houston, a co-founder of Cru. Making chocolate together with Carla really has changed my life.
I started making chocolate since I was a kid because it's traditionally my home. I'm from Honduras. I'm from a small town between the Nicaraguan and the Honduran border. We were raised in coffee, cane sugar farm, fruit farm. My heritage influenced our chocolate making because I am from Mesoamerica, and that's where chocolate was created and it was invented. I grew up listening to tales and the mythology. To me, that just opened a world of magic.
I grew up with chocolate, knowing that it came from the store. I had no idea what cacao was or how chocolate was even made. So the typical Hershey's and Twix and, whatever was coating Whoppers. Although even early, I was the kid who was trading for the special darks.
In 1998,
Hurricane Mitch has changed course several times over the last 3 days along the Central American coast.
Hurricane Mitch came and destroyed the farms, and it changed the lives. And we no longer had farms. That's when people start thinking about going to school. I became the first person in my family to graduate from college. I studied industrial engineering in Honduras, and then I moved here and started working in the food industry. I got to see how food is manufactured in a big scale. And that to me was very life-changing. I did not want to do that. What I liked to do was related with farming, relating with food. I met with Eddie. We both wanted to start a new business and change our careers. For me, it was about being able to be free from the 9 to 5 and being able to have the freedom to be kind and freedom to do good. Sometimes you don't get to do that in a job. We wanted our business to represent chocolate, the land that it came from.
The name Cru is Latin for growth, and it's typically used to describe kind of the best growth from the field, the best harvest, and from the earth. We also like the idea that it means growth, so not only for plants, but personal growth and growth of communities as well.
We're currently sourcing from Honduras, Nicaragua, and Guatemala. We source from farmers that value food sovereignty, farmers that know the diversity of their crops, of their land, and their seeds. Seed diversity, that's what has fed people. Maintaining that genetic material is important for the survival of people. It's valuable for the way they will make a living, not just now, but in the future. We also work with farmers that had a gender component. We noticed that when women are involved in the cacao production or in the chocolate making, it's a different approach. If they're not there, it's a problem, we think.
Carla was asked to come down and work with these Mayan women in the Patan. They've been growing cacao, and cacao is a deep part of their culture. But to bring some small-scale equipment and also bring some recipes down to help teach them ways of using ingredients that they already have to make foods.
It was important for me because they are Mayan women who had a very strong and alive culture. They are the ones that invented chocolate. I wanted to see how they saw chocolate and learn from that.
Really beautiful as well, seeing Carla in her element of creativity and joy in sharing what she knows. Right now, we're the only one importing their cacao from this area in Guatemala.
Last year, we bought about 1 ton from them, and this year, 65% of our production is coming from Guatemala.
As you're roasting the chocolate, as you're making the chocolate, you can remember the people there, you can remember the smells, you can remember the sounds, and bring that into the chocolate that we're making as well. You roast the cacao for anywhere between 15 minutes and an hour. After it's done in the roaster, we pour it out onto a cooling tray. We run it through a cracker. We use a Champion juicer right now, and that breaks the seed into small pieces. So as soon as you start grinding it, it turns into a liquid. We have stone grinders that are basically Indian dosa grinders that have been repurposed, and it has 2 stone wheels and a thick stone on the bottom and a cylinder that spins. And that cacao gets crushed repeatedly between those stones. Similar technologies that the Mayans had, right? So you have fire and then you have stone grinding it. It's just electricity instead of people doing it now. Cacao and the sugar will run in the refiner anywhere between 5 to 7 days. It's getting the chocolate very smooth and flowy. After it, we like the flavor of it and the taste of it. We'll pour it out into a pan. We age the chocolate in those pans. We try to age it for at least 30 days. It rests and the flavors actually change over time. And then Carla will put it on marble slab. We make bars is what give it the shine, give it the shelf stability, give it that snap, and really allow it to melt on your tongue so the flavors release in a really nice way so you can taste it all. Things like tart cherry or grapefruit or nutty notes. The cacao we get is specialty cacao, which is only about 5 or 6% of the cacao that's grown in the world. It has really fine flavors. So not only is it really good genetics, it's actually grown by farmers who really care about it, care for the land, grow it in a way that's more of an ecosystem, you know, that you have more animals, you have more birds, you have more diversity. So you have a richer soil and you end up with, you know, better blossoms and plants because of that. So those flavors come through in the cacao. So a lot like wine, the terroir, you know, the soil and the weather and the varieties and the care and love that's put into it come through in the flavors of the cacao.
I would like Cru to become a leader on drinking and teaching people how to drink chocolate.
Carla grew up with chocolate as a drink, and the word chocolate means bitter water. It's always been a drink. So I see as we're moving more back into the chocolate drinks, getting more back to the source of what chocolate is.
It showcases, you know, different ways of expressing through chocolate. When the consumer starts rethinking what a chocolate is, because up to now it's been the bonbon or the candy, and as long as people chase that and chase that sugary dessert, what chocolate can be, people that have been doing it for thousands of years will remain invisible.